We are receiving information about this horrific tragedy. It has moved everyone in the Congress, as you might imagine. Our hearts go out to all those involved, the families, of course, of the victims, and we're so grateful for law enforcement. We trust and hope and pray that they're able to apprehend this individual as quickly as possible. There's no more injury or loss of life. At the end of the day, the problem is the human heart. It's not guns, it's not the weapons. At the end of the day, we have to protect the right of the citizens to protect themselves, and that's the Second Amendment. And that's why our party stands so strongly for that. This is not the time to be talking about legislation. We're in the middle of that crisis right now.
When is the time? House Speaker Mike Johnson calling this week's mass shooting in Maine a tragedy, but it's not the time, he says, to talk about new gun safety legislation.
It's never the time,
never the
time.
No.
And the problem is the human heart. It's not made of steel, and it can't repel the bullets. No, the problem's not with the human heart. Let me get confirmation from Caddy. Caddy, do they have human hearts in Britain and France and Germany and Spain? And by the way, do they have video games there? Do they have mental health Again, we can go through all of this. Speaker says, and these people who want to go against 90% of Americans, it's not about this. It's not about the guns. It's about this, that, or the other. Again, there's nothing he can say that doesn't apply to Britain.
Nothing. I mean, of course, we have hearts and video games and mental health problems. America is, America is, exceptional in many ways, but it is not exceptional in that way. People are frail and have mental health problems and have frail human hearts and have video games that they play. And there are teenage boys and angry young men. Most of these mass shooters seem to be men and seem to be angry or seem to be disturbed in some way. And there are plenty of those, I can tell you, walking around England as well. The only difference is what we were talking about.
No, it is definitely trafficking illegal guns that there has been no real aggressive way to deal with. And then when you hear this incoming speaker talk about, well, we've got to deal with the fact that people have to protect themselves. Well, Mr. Speaker, how do you protect yourself in a bowling alley? You're supposed to roll the bowl and hold the AR-15 while you're standing there to see if you knock all the pins down or not. I mean, it's absurd. When you look at what just happened, how would they defend themselves in that situation? And are we supposed to arm everybody with military weapons? They do not. I mean, when we talk about this man hearing voices and there was no red flags, there was no background check, there's no way you defend yourself against people that may be in a state that they're not in their right mind, but they can get military-style weapons that can kill multiple people. Yeah. How do you defend yourself against that?
And again, the extremism is unbelievable, Elise. The extremism that has been revved up by, whether you're talking about the NRA or other gun owners of America, saying that red flag laws are somehow against the Second Amendment. That's a lie. The Second Amendment, what the Second Amendment says? The Second Amendment says what the court said it said in Heller back in 2008, which is you have a right to have a handgun in your home. You have a right to have a shotgun in your home to protect yourself. That's your constitutional right. Outside of that, it's up to the states. It's up to the people.